hey Sheila, thanks. The test this on a few levels. I wanted to see how will it work on the daily first. I keep like losing track of Dustman. These camera transitions. Do this on a map I actually like grinding. Right. Dude, I can't see my character like an entire 3 dashes of dash rhythm. This sucks. Yeah. Actually curious. Yeah, that makes sense. This level doesn't have very good checkpoints for splits, unfortunately. Yeah, there. Dude, what is this pop cycle too? Yeah, I don't want to play this level anymore. Find another level to do this on. Play levels with actually like good checkpoint splits to work against. Checkpoints. This could work, right? You know what, I'm just gonna go to the example I was testing on earlier. What I was doing was, this actually works pretty well. For example, you can take over a replay like this, right? You can make a save state. So it actually will like maintain the splits from the save state, right? Like you can load state and compare it this way. Which I wasn't sure it would do. Another. I think this way of doing it is really good for like when you want to test a bunch of a segment of gameplay that's really close to a checkpoint, like yeah, so the reason why I wanted to do this is because what you can do, right, is this is obviously isn't going to happen because I'm comparing against ARB splits on a level I haven't played in 2 years without the Pogo plugin on. But you know, in theory, right, in theory, you know, you make a save state and you take over, right, and you know, hey, what did I do that got me this, right? And you can just, you can submit valid replays with this, right? Okay, actually, apparently not. Okay, you cannot submit a valid replay this way. Never mind. I think you can get it to submit valid replays, though. But yeah, if you put an end flag, right, you can't get replays out of it. What I really want is I want to be able to go in and like learn from the replay. It's interesting that it does this. I wonder if that's a DLC level thing or not. Or if that's like a plugin thing. Try doing it this way, actually. It might be because I'm using an unvalidated plugin or something. Local plugin. Take over from here. Does this submit a replay I can actually watch? Yeah, it does, okay. You can get it to submit like a replay you can actually watch. And I can go back and I can watch and see, okay, what did I do differently to save me this time? Don't have to play it in a mode that disables replays. Was that replay have the plugin flag on it? I don't actually know. Probably, no, the plugin was on, okay. It should work with replays too, like it should show the splits information, yeah. What I do right now for like understanding how far apart my times are from the sample replays, I go into the dusted replay comparison tool, or I literally like just sit here like a nerd with the frame count up visible, and I pause on specific breakpoints. You know. So I think doing it this way works really nicely, like in terms of a user experience. But what sucks is that this is very reliant right now on the level itself, which is both good and bad. It's good because the user doesn't have to do anything. It's bad because, you know, sometimes there just aren't checkpoints in the level. Right. Like, if I wanted to say, like, one thing I focused on a lot when I grinded Rootfall was I focused a lot on this, split, like, from the mantle over here to hitting this big prism up here. This whole, like, top section. I put a lot of time into optimizing this, and it's really good in my PB. Like, I basically had to just, like, do frame math to get the split on if I was doing it as fast as Ucky's was. Same thing with, like, you know, like, down dashing from hitting this heavy prism, to falling through the dust blocks. Like, I really wanted to like, do practice focusing on that, but it was hard to get, like, a really good sense of if I was actually saving the time or not by focusing on different things. Yeah, for a level like this, it'd be more useful to focus on when the enemies were clean, for example. But that takes a lot more user input. So I'm probably gonna make a second iteration of this. This is a level that has some checkpoints, right? For example, would be a good one to not that many, but one you can make meaningful splits from the checkpoints on. And we're so damn far away from each other. I guess you can't really die. I guess these are the only places you can't really die here, can you? Not sure what this checkpoint does. Has anyone ever respawned at this checkpoint? Or at least one person respawned at that checkpoint before. So right now, literally the only thing you do after you watch the replay or whatever, literally just create the file in the exact place the script tells you to by reading it from the console. You copy paste the frame numbers. Hit Control S, and then Free comparison. Look at that. Look at this noob camel losing 3 frames to Uckies. Start. Alright, so I think this is like as good as it can possibly be in terms of like anybody can just install the extension, install the plugin, and then get use from it easily. Right, this is as user-friendly as it can possibly be. You have clear instructions printed in the console. It works with save state practice. It works for watching a replay post-comparison. You know, you can save multiple versions locally. It saves different saves based on the level name, so that you can you know, keep multiple of them. Right. This is I think very usable. I would use this in its current state as long as the level allowed for it. I would be happy. This is like publishable, basically. The best Eyes on the Fries map right here. Can't believe Eyes on the Fries published a Worth map. I like this map. It's a good map. It's kind of, I feel like the people who playtested it didn't try going over, but you know. Also, they left this fuck-ass ECS there at the end. Really easy to ECS this ceiling. Yeah, I mean, look, if you look at the path like this, the slant obviously takes you down, right? You can go up the ceiling and go around, right? But Worth can just down heavy. Okay. I mean, I assume I know for a fact like Zonda found it because the red key was basically required it. But yeah. Let's see, what's another good map to demonstrate on? Here, I'll show the full flow for people who are late. Yeah, I went for riskier stuff because I stupidly took a challenge with Noel. I never really finished a good run. Yeah, so right now it's not even doing anything like intelligent with the checkpoint IDs or anything. It is literally just calling the split logic on the on checkpoint save callback, which actually happens when the level ends. Fun fact. The game calls on checkpoint save when the level ends. Which actually, it doesn't really do anything, right? You get the end time comparison for free, but yeah, this is how difficult making the splits is. Literally, you watch a replay, you hit console, you copy paste, make a new notepad file in your plugin embeds, and you save it as the correct save it as the correct file name because the file name logic is coded, right? Now you can see how much slower JVC is than Fishy. Look, he lost 5 frames, this fucking loser. What? It's like a whole that's like 2 seconds. Holy shit. Yeah, also higher. There's no way, wait, this logic is not, math is not right, is it? Like copy the wrong splits. Something's not right here. ABC just catching strays. True, true. Oh, did ABC hit a different checkpoint? Are there missable checkpoints on this level? Oh, okay, yeah, okay. That's not a problem with my logic. Okay. It is good to note, though. Since it is dependent on checkpoint logic, I don't have, right now, the ability to, intelligently look up what checkpoint you triggered. I'm not even sure that's available in the callback. I don't think it is. Let me check real quick. Yeah, I don't think it is. That's annoying. Yeah, I'd probably just leave it like this in this version. But yeah, it pretty easily gives you things like that. Maybe ARB's replay hits the same checkpoints. These are probably similar strats. I think so, yeah. This is like an accurate comparison, right? Gating there. Yeah, so you have to manually save the splits, but I do everything except I literally can't do the file write. Dust API does not provide file write access, even to your Dustforce folder. That's like the one thing I literally can't do as much as I want to do, right? Yeah, I agree with the decision, but it is annoying because, like, there's a lot of functionality you could build on top of this if I could just, like, have even the slightest amount of persistent memory automatically. But yeah, literally this is the most amount of work you have to do as the player, is to copy paste these numbers into a text file with the correct format. That's it. So it works really, really well if the checkpoints are good. It's goated if the checkpoints actually do something in terms of providing time comparison. It's very map dependent. Well, yeah, that's the thing, right? It's like, how am I gonna figure out how to save time on Privateer Eye is the best DLC map ever made. Useless on Dello and Lindley maps specifically. I remember, does this map have checkpoints? But why does it call on checkpoint save when I load into a map? I'm really questioning this this callback function's usefulness. And not expected to be called in all the places it is. This one would be really good actually for the splits, right? There's like kind of a longer section here with no checkpoint, but maybe I'd want one like here or something for timing purposes, you know? Probably get really good comparisons off of this one. Like I was showing earlier too, it does work with like save state practice too. Like if I wanna so you can use it to like set yourself up with, you know, the correct amount of speed at a specific place and just test just the inputs you want up to the checkpoint, which is also something I've wanted for a long time. Because the Dustkit replay viewer doesn't always work with like taking over replays like this, right? So this, because this is done entirely in engine, this basically just works. I mean, it does just works on W. On Howard. Like, you get the comparison because the logic only really knows, hey, I need to trigger on this next upcoming checkpoint and what frame it was on before. So, yeah, this version I think very good. There's maybe some minor usability things I might want to add, depending on if anybody gives a fuck about it. To be honest with you, like, because I'm already reading from files anyway. I don't remember. I think the advanced tools documentation actually says to do this too. But remember, I swear you can like change your settings, change your keybinds or something for advanced tools. Yeah, see? He says to do the same thing, right? You can create a INI file and change some things. So I could do things like I can make the location of the text box configurable. map has checkpoints even. I think it does. But they'd be like, you can't die, why would I put checkpoints on this map? Yeah, there's just no checkpoints. I mean, fair. Can't die. Why would you put, why bother placing checkpoints? Yeah, I think that's a Nexus API, right? I mean, that's how JDude's been doing the like the Pokemon shit, right? Like, can you save a save state automatically? Like, programmatically? I'm not aware of any way to do that. I mean, I think that is literally... I mean, it triggers a checkpoint to be saved. I think that is what the checkpoint entity uses under the hood. I think if you wanted to do that, what you'd have to do is you'd have to, if you look in the class script base methods, when you call checkpoint save, you have to, like, save off whatever Dustman properties you want, and then, like, all the Dustman physics properties, and then on checkpoint mode you have to repopulate them. I think you could probably do that. That's the only way I could think of to do that. You could automate save states. Yeah, the thing about that is save states are kind of like poorly performant on some maps anyway, right? Like sometimes it's clear that the game just can't really handle loading as many things as it does in a state. Like, I've crashed CC5 a bunch of times trying to load save states, right? So... I don't know. But yeah, the only things I could think of to do to this plugin before publishing were make the split location configurable instead of just forehead in the middle of the screen. But I think... I mean, I genuinely don't think... I don't think it really matters, because you can't submit validated replays with it anyway. I don't think it matters a ton. It's also just not really in a place where you usually actually look. Like, I don't know, there's never anything like in this part of the in this part of the screen, right? It just shows up for 3 seconds and then. So this, I don't know if anyone's ever looked. This level has hella checkpoints. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. I think you can do most of the annoying things with C++ and just use AngelScript for the API calls, but then you're using C++, which I also don't want to do. Yeah, I don't love C++. But like, that's something you can find resources for online, right? Actually, you know, here, I'm gonna test something, actually. It's a good thing to test. I thought of this. Let's test this. I'm gonna watch a replay, then I'm gonna, like, 4x it. I think this will still just give the correct counts because it's incrementing the frame count on every in-game logic frame. Step. So we ended up with 3730, which is actually pretty accurate, right? That just looks right to me, right? That's a minute 2 plus 10 frames. Yeah. So our floating point error is here. So I don't know. I really like the way it works functionally right now. Pretty happy with this. Also, lol, XD, 3 frames. Yeah, well, I'm subtracting the startup frames. This kid counts the those frames. But if I don't subtract them, then like those are technically negative time, right? So they're not on the timer. So if we're to match the timer, I wanted to make it match the timer. In-game timer. Yeah, I think I can play it back at normal speed now, right? Like it took like I didn't say the splits, but you know. So yeah. The only things I want to do to it, unless people come up with good suggestions, are... Yeah. I would kind of like to make the location on the screen configurable. But I'll probably default it to where it is currently. And I doubt most people will mind that. And I was actually, because of Trackmania 2, I was thinking about putting like either a colored rectangle behind it or changing the text color, depending on if you're behind or ahead. I don't think either of those are that much work to do, but I'm not sure how much ability they have. Not sure how much people care, because again, you can't submit validated replays with this. Any selected player's replay for comparison. You can load it with any player's replay you want, but we can't make API calls against. Can't make API calls, and I don't think we can really make like a UI or something to like let you pick the different players to compare against. So there's nothing stopping you from going and loading Uki's replay on everything or anything you want. But beyond that, there's not much, Yeah, you could. You could actually. You could make an external application to load. Just track the different split times and load them depending on something, if you wanted to. But the, scripts API kind of limits you at front. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with how this has turned out. I think the way I want to do it is I want to publish this version with the understanding that it has heavy limitations and probably won't be that useful unless you want something quick and dirty, or the map is really well suited for it. Then I want to make a follow-up one that's a little bit more complex. One that's more generalized. That has like additional logic to it. What you can do, it's very easy, I think, to just add a script that lets you get the entity. And maybe you can even like make it so you can just do this directly in the editor by just like clicking on an entity. Like, you know, I want the entity, I want this, let's say I want to know what this entity is here, right? We have an easy way to do that, and we have an easy way to, say like, alright, I don't really give a fuck about the distance to this checkpoint. I want to know how fast I can get here, right? In the past, what you have to do is you have to place a purple flag, right? But I think if I do it right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to modify JDude's ruler plugin, and this is just going to give you a box. And the script is just going to detect if your Dustman entity goes inside this box. The issue is that then, in order for this to be usable, the user has to supply a bunch of entity IDs and XY coordinates into the splits folder. So it's like a lot more work on the user's part to actually use the extension, use the plugin. But, you know, in theory, you can just have, you know, you can just make whatever breakpoint you want on anyone's replay if you make the logic smart enough. Go, hey, Chitanda. Out here. Article. Oh, is that what actually spawns the folders? I never looked at this Captain Editor before. Yo, hey Tess, what a time to show up. Yeah, good timing. Hey, you get the, you wanna see the free demo here? Night Dust as an example here. Free pitch or whatever. I barely remember the strats on this. Kind of base. What your captain's for, too, you know, your captain's gotta tell you about IWJ. Use their intricate knowledge of Dust 4 strats. Yes, Niggler, yeah. That's one of the limitations of this. Oh, did he? I forgot about that. Yeah, if the callback method I was using had like a checkpoint ID or something. But as far as I know, the game doesn't actually store checkpoint IDs. It stores checkpoint entities. And when the entity is triggered directly, then it calls the callback function. And I don't see any, I don't know if there's anything in like the entity subclasses that actually gets you access to the, like, is Dustman inside of me? Callback, right? I don't know how that actually works internally. So, but yeah, anyway, this is the pitch is literally the only thing you need to do to generate your splits currently. Go into console, copy paste it into a text folder, you save it as dust basesplits.txt. Alright, and then I'm 2 seconds slower than Camel. That's never happened before, that's weird. Right. Like it is very, very easy to use. Are my tool I'm demonstrating tools right now as we speak. Yes. Hey, dude. Alright, see, you get the comparison bit really easily. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of surprised you were allowed to put an IWJ in the map. And I'm not sure that would fly anymore. I know he did less testing on DLC4 specifically than usual, because of the timing of the hand injury, but I would think he would notice that from the geometry, but maybe he didn't. Oh, okay. Then yeah, I guess that's just thing good about it. Yeah, I know. Imagine wanting people to like your map before you upload it. Disgusting, I know. Really goes against everything our community stands for. Making maps people will enjoy instead of making maps people will hate but play anyway. But yeah. I believe it. I do actually wonder. I meant to look at this. Like, how many stock levels is this even like usable on? Like, I think a lot of them just don't really have checkpoints. Does Firefly Forest have checkpoints? You can't really die in Firefly Forest. Yeah, this is just straight up useless on Firefly Forest. You're spared from knowing how slow you are in Firefly Forest. I mean, it's mostly just the ones where you can't die, right? Like, silver and gold levels. Is that there? What is this? Never seen this before. Where is this connected to? It's not this, is it? There's no way. There's no way it's connected to this. Oh no, dude. Not selecting. What? Okay. Try this. I'm gonna try. Huh? I feel like I'm going crazy. Okay. Anyway, ignoring that brief look into dimensions beyond human comprehension. I mean, there's definitely levels with no checkpoint. It's just they're the ones you can't die on, basically. I think they were pretty good about placing checkpoints on levels where you can die and not placing them on levels where you can't die. You know, I take it. If Hitbox wants to fuck with me, they can really ruin my day by removing left friction. Could you create a non-functional checkpoint, like in the plugin? The issue with that is that the plugin doesn't know what level you're playing on when I upload it, right? The plugin is just a series of callback functions on checkpoint saving and level ending and things like that, level starting. The entire goal I have with this is to make it so that the plugin just works on any level out of the box. Map where you press taunt a checkpoint. Well, yes, yeah. See, that's sort of where I'm going for. I think in a follow up, in a follow up, like plugin. Yeah, so you can do that, right? I'm thinking like I'm literally just going to. You can. This is JD's plugin. Let's say you wanted to put a checkpoint here, right? You can just get the XY coordinates of the tiles here and just dump them in a file, and yes, you can read them. I'm probably going to make it do that, but it obviously adds a lot of complexity to what it currently does. That'd be a massive step up in, like, file IO complexity, and it requires the player to do a lot more to get use out of it, right? You do it just based off of checkpoints, and you have to spend no time in the editor. So I think I want to release the checkpoints version and then add a version that lets you specify arbitrary checkpoints or entities for like combat levels and stuff. That's sort of the way I'm thinking about it. I think there's a lot of people who just straight up don't want to spend 5 minutes in the editor setting up their places to split, you know? Yeah, I mean... Yeah. Yeah, well that's the thing is I wanted splits for Rootfall. This is the level that made me want in-game splits. I really just wanted to be like, okay, I just want to take over from a save state at like 5 different points of this level and see how fast I can get to X place. You know, and I was just like so annoyed by that, and there's no checkpoints. Yeah, I'm sorry, Conscious. I'm sorry. It's my fault. You can blame me for it specifically. I'm the one that suggested this level. You can blame all your pain on me specifically if it makes you feel better. Yeah, I can't believe both of you went back to the level after saying this is absolutely my last PB, I'm done with this shit. Like, most truthful Dust Force players, for real, for real. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, here's another one with no checkpoints, right? There's a lot of levels this checkpoints version wouldn't be useful for. But I still think it's worth publishing. Like, quick poll, like, does anyone in chat feel like the location it's in right now would be, like, super annoying to look at? I think it's, like... When are you ever looking at this specific... When is this ever covering anything? You know? The text. The text that spawns. Tell you... Transparent in the center. Any map you need to collide straight up. Let's test it then. I can't play the game. I mean, it's kind of not really bothering me still, but I'm also used to it, so I don't know. Yeah, this is obviously like a really good level, so it has like, you know, like it keeps you looked ahead pretty well. I can make it like I can make the XY position of the text field configurable, but I'm probably gonna default it to here. Like, it's so far up, like, you're just never really looking that far up. Unless the camera's, like, really bad. Yeah, I'll look at this after and see how easy it is to make the XY position configurable. Just the opacity. That I'm not sure about. This is a text field that is just being drawn with draw HUD, a layer 22. Not sure if opacity is an option. I can look, but yeah, that might be useful. I actually, the thing I wanted to try to, I don't know how easy it is to change this on the fly because of how we're doing it. Because, like, I'm not specifying the color. The color is that layer 22 is white by default. You know, like, is this usable at all on mega difficult? I added at the beginning of Mega Difficult. It's actually still legible even on Mega. I was expecting this to be unreadable, but it's kind of fine. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about, like, adding a background color or something, but if only fools play outline text, I'm also not sure how possible that is with the way I did it. Like, how many maps are like that white in the end? How many maps are that even that bright? Like, honestly, like, it stands out even on levels like Mega and Yada, right? Check the background fog trigger. That is true. That is, yeah. This is actually me. I've been working on making ARB's Yada SS harder. I want ARB to really have to work for that Yada SS, you know? I'm gonna be satisfied with anything less than a sub 150. True, true. Yeah, like, honestly, I guess it kind of doesn't look great there, but it also stays on screen for so long that I feel like you always get a chance to look at it. Yeah, me too. I don't generally like that. Yeah. That missed light attack triggers me every time. Literally free world record. Can't believe no one's bopped this run yet. SMH. Fishy guys washed. Yeah, I thought about that. I don't know if that would actually look good or not, though. I feel like that would get kind of annoying. I feel like that would get kind of annoying to look at on a lot of levels. Or like distracting, overly distracting. I probably wouldn't want it. So if I add that, I'll probably add it as a configurable option as well. But yeah. I think the core logic is pretty good. I've already thought of this. I've already thought of a lot of this. If anything, it's helpful for me to hear what people would actually want, because as far as I know, you can't edit plugins. I don't want to go to the trouble of actually publishing something if people are going to be like, damn, I wish it did X, Y, and Z. I don't think it's possible, right? Now let me... Yeah, so next time well, I mean, even if you don't want to use it, like, if you look at this and you go, man, this text would be fucking annoying, that's useful. You go, damn, I don't want it to be here. That's useful. I'm sure there are people who won't use it. There's people who are already good enough to not need it. There's people who just don't want to know if they're slow during their run. People who refuse to do save state practice. There's all sorts of people. And at the end of the day, I don't have to publish it. I think it's usable for me right now. I'm just agreeing to... I'm just taking feedback because I'm a nice guy, you know? It's even still on. AI? It's AI. Yeah, exactly. That's how you know. Alright, thanks for stopping by, Tuss. Alright, I'm doing it out of the goodness of my heart. The more accurate, that's the less loaded term. Less politically loaded term. This track kind of sucks. Allow people to add custom PNGs. That actually is possible, unfortunately. I hate that I'm reading that and I'm actually thinking I could do that. I could program that because I think you can. I'm already loading from the indents folder, right? I can let you put a custom image in the background. I can just draw whatever you specify as ahead background and behind background behind the text field. I could do that. That's one way of customizing it. I hate that you overshoot the ground dust here. That's why people do the side bite first, I see. You actually have speed, you just completely overshoot this. Ground dust. Nice and heavy. Hey, Dell. I'm gonna save state this, oops. My muscle memory kicking in. Here, you can be part of my focus group here. I got a level. Look at where the text pops up. Is that annoying? Is that in a bad spot? That is a spot that makes you go, damn, I wish I could move that someplace else. Something like that's probably fine. I think the red key time is pretty lenient. Also, for the record, since I saw this in the Dust Force General, the spreadsheet actually tracks invert keys as red keys for DLC4 specifically. I am actually going for the highest tier key on every DLC4 level. It does require you get the highest tier key. They were basically just red keys, but they were named invert keys. And then in DLC5, red keys were the highest tier of regular SS keys, and then inverts were something different. So like a red key in DLC4 was basically like a gold 2 or 3, and invert was red key. In terms of like how optimized you have to play. Yeah, so the red times in the spreadsheet for DLC4 are what the invert keys were. So they correspond to the highest key tier that players could earn during DLC4. Oh yeah. But if you look at most of the levels, like the distributions are about the same. Like there's like usually around 20 people who got a red key, got the highest tier key. 20 or 30. And this is the only one that was like noticeably difficult compared to the other ones. I think red key was here at 20.2. This one's only hard because you have to do like a kind of fucky left friction boost near the end. Like that left friction boost lost so much time if you fucked up anywhere. It's really bad. Also, yeah, Hoon does have much better times on these DLC4 maps than at any of the times where he was on my team. Yeah, blue shift is very rare, but I'm not sure how many people tried. And I guess I'm kind of scared if Wazzy doesn't have it on a boost map. Like, world record is a whole, like, half a second ahead. Yeah, the times definitely line up with that. A lot of, I forget what people were doing to set up the very last boost sequence. Alex just dashes off. Okay. Actually pretty easy. I'm on call, I can't silence my ringer. Something like that. Yeah, okay. Anyway, fun fact, I'm actually 11th place on combined keys right now. There's so many DLCs where like the top players just didn't play. Like one or more top players didn't try. Actually, surprisingly achievable to get even second place on total key count. I keep not... Very few that are super hard. Yeah. I mean, like... Depends on your definition of super hard. Okay, I'm just not getting... Something like that, but without the death. And faster. Yeah, I mean, CC5 red key is obviously like a massive consistency check. So is Yin and Yang. But yeah, it's a lot easier when you can go back and pick and choose your strats freely. Like, if I was on Arb's team for this DLC, I probably would have, like, fucking bombed, because Arb strats are actually really hard. But, like, Alex's strats are, like, they look a lot more friendly, and Alex is less than a tenth away from Arb, so, like, how much time was Arb really saving on that? How much time do all those little things really save you, you know? Definitely get red key without him. Need to go higher. I make a good save state or not. I think I overwrote my save state. Very cool, very cool. Here. There's also this strat where you take the ceiling. That feels really slow, actually. You know what? Maybe I'll take you up on that. Map is green. This map is very green. Here, I'll bite. I'll bite. No high keeper. I'm not sure I agree with that. Sorry for making this. Wow. Got a Niglaria apology. Alright, let's see. Am I gonna... Oh, this is DCBC's map. What? Oh, you meant your other map. I thought you made a new map for this. I'm sorry, I looked at the front page of Atlas and I saw a bad looking map with an esoteric background. I just assumed it was yours for some reason, Nigeria. I don't know why. Titled The Abyss. I think my game crashed. My game did crash. I'll try it again.
Look at Camel's ass. Look at Goose's dick. Suck my doggy's cock. Sucking Honey Badger's ass. Suck my dog's dick. 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 Suck my dog's dick.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think this map has more checkpoints than Advanced Tutorial does. That map has like 30 checkpoints. I'm not fucking joking. Look at how many fucking checkpoints Advanced Tutorial has. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, it's got a shit ton of checkpoints. Yeah, there's a lot. Okay. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't think the extension, the plugin is doing so little in terms of you know, like yeah. Well, that's actually another thing I considered. I would be interested in feedback. I considered making it so that you could like so that it would save off some secondary stats about Dustman in the splits. For example, like speed. That's what Trackmania does, right? Trackmania will... You can have Trackmania save your car's speed. But like, that would actually be kind of useful on some boost maps to like have it compare the amount of speed you conserved in X section. But like, there's a lot of maps where that's functionally useless. So I was like kind of not feeling too great about adding that. want to like actually hit everything and run to see how fast I'm doing it currently. I guess I can make a save state. You actually need good speed there. Like, we are in positive Y. Interesting. Any reason not to down heavy the last heavy prison? I'm pretty sure that's gonna spread, right? There's no way that doesn't spread. Yeah. I mean, maybe it's faster if you super optimize, but it's a left. Well, it hits the tile right before the slope too. That's literally. That's also literally like barely not red key, but me just kind of shittily doing the struts with like no execution grinded. Yeah, that's how a lot of these DLC4 red keys have gone. Yeah, it's 17.5. This level hard? That depends. And it's not that hard to get an SS on. I mean, the time I'm trying to get isn't that hard either, to be honest. At my skill level. There's also a few people in this chat who haven't done it who could probably do it in like no time at all if they tried. Even the ones who claim they couldn't, probably. He sighs in chat, yeah. maybe I would. Maybe I would. I lost my save state because Niglaria's map crashed my game. The price we pay for it. I just need to do that in a decent run, just tap it in, you know? This game has goated sound design. That was way faster than I needed it to be. And again, I'm not even playing. I like haven't really practiced this level that much. Anyway, for anyone who's wondering why I'm not using the plugin on this level, it's because there's only one checkpoint, it's right here. So this is a bad level for the plugin that I'm showing. Gonna have to cook the better version for levels like this. You know, we've all had our Dust Force levels flamed. Okay? Every single person in this chat has had someone say someone fucking hates their level. Some people have even heard it multiple times. If you can believe it. Anyone made a level with Kaizo blocks? Actually, yes. There is a level with Kaizo blocks and a death pipe. One of our most high effort map makers. Well, obviously I wasn't talking about you, Niglarian. You're the only person who makes maps everyone likes. I actually doing? Yeah, I still landed too early on the... You have to land really far left on the slope, damn. Okay. So you actually have to land like all the way left on the slope or it just doesn't work, I think. I keep trying to like slightly optimize that part. I think it's just killing me. Am I just not? Give me a second here. Getting page by work here. Okay, sorry about that. I got pinged by support for on call, even though I'm back up. It is not something I should have to deal with. I'm just not going to deal with it. The prisons are very satisfying. The therapist is killing me. Keep not getting my fucking bookshelf out. The Godfather is the worst map on that list. That's definitely true. Like, that map is basically script-produced slop that has no love and is unlikely to produce a valid, watchable replay. Yeah, that's the opposite of art. I agree. I don't feel bad about any of my maps. I've never hidden or republished any of my maps. I regret none of my maps, except I do kind of regret not making the DLC8 shitpost one accessible. I don't really think even the one map of yours that people hated, Conscious, I don't think was that bad. I mean... Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people aren't that interested in making a creative, unique concept like that necessarily. But it's not the sort of stuff you make maps about. I mean, I literally proved that you could smuggle information across the across level resets, and no one made a level out of that. Spoilers, I actually do have an idea for how to use it, and people are not gonna like it. Undertale incoming. No. It's worse. It's worse. Through the Undertale gimmick, you have to save information, like, permanently, right? Like, Undertale, like, fucking hides it in your, like, app data or something. That you killed everybody. That's what the fourth wall breaky games do, is they, like, hide save data somewhere that's not gonna get cleared by resetting your Steam save. Your Undertale to your Doki Doki Literature Clubs of the world. You can't do that in Dust Force. I mean, I would have to remake my own Dust mod. I have to, like, hack MSG's PC. Or reverse engineer the entire game. Why am I getting this so well? Yeah, you can obviously smuggle information about like what the player did for resets, right? So you can do stuff with that. I've had ideas about stuff to do with that, but I think the one I'm probably gonna do if I do anything with the concept is a lot more shitposty. And maybe only funny to like me and like 2 other people. But you know, that's what really matters, right? That I think it's funny. And it's like just this one section. I keep what did I actually do there? What does that actually look like? Why did I let go of left there? I guess that was me letting go of left. just so many directional inputs at this ending part. It's annoying. Yeah, I don't love it. From what I've played so far, most of the DLC formats have like one really annoying thing you have to do to go fast. Waste the red key time's easy if you actually just do the strats. You don't have to optimize them, you just have to actually hit them all in one run. Of course, that's kind of bad enough. I mean, yeah, the time is free. You just have to, like, not fuck up. You'd have to do a fuck up less run. I just keep fucking up the very end. I'm stupid. Damn it, it was too slow. I fucked up the last boost. What the fuck? I guess it is kind of free. I'm gonna start like breaking into Conscious's house and beating him with a baseball bat whenever he says he's bad at the game. There's a point where you're not allowed to say you're bad and it's funny, you know? Yeah, I think that's better than trying to do the ledge cancels. Yeah, I mean, just do that. Okay, there we go. It was free. Idol destroyed. Can't believe Idol could let this happen. I actually watched this run. It's like literally just like the most basic safe strats. Probably just played it to get red and then dipped. Add Idol. Damn. Alright. Map was weird from what I remember. I don't remember what the key time was on this one. Like 8. People have this one. Conscious has this one. Well, it's free, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe, this one was the top players versus the world one, right? This has to be one of the few ones that, top players actually lost on. Where am I using my air charge here? That's the real question. Oh, okay. We need buffer. That makes sense. Yeah. When I played the week 1 keys, the team maps were like very much, you just had to kind of do a good route without major mistakes and you just got it. What am I doing? Am I doing a down dash heavy or? Like that? Am I even going for here? Oh, there's a down dash there. I think I didn't do the down dash the one time I hit it. Yeah, okay. It's just 3 dashes. I mean, sometimes it's best to just use a run that, like, just does everything kind of well. And that was basically it, right? Gotta like buffer the jump. Yeah, okay. Alright, I'll just get it. Alright, I mean, like, I just do that, except I hit the blob. Hit all the dust. I'm getting it really bad. Need to get a better speed on that ceiling there. Too early. Yeah, okay. Where's the air? That's it. An air charge is. That's like two really fast air charges there. Yeah, probably. That's they jumped in. And I kind of have like the muscle memory for those lights still. That would make sense. Yeah. Yeah. And if I could just hit the funny side light, I probably already had it. I got it without anything fancy. Yeah, that's probably bad. Whatever. Simple enough. I don't remember. This is actually daily pretty recently. For what Idol did on it. Double jump, back heavy, side heavy, up heavy. See this in slow motion. Neutral. I can't attack cancel in slow motion. Missing a jump in between the lights. So I am. That's actually 2 extra jumps, isn't it? Jump light, jump heavy. What the fuck? That's a really input. This is a really input dense section. Yes. Yeah, red key is 10.8. This was daily recently. Wherever Idol's PB is from. So it's side heavy, back heavy, side heavy, up heavy. Five dash ending. I don't like having to double jump at the start of a level like this. Feels weird. Well, at containment you have to go slow, right? I think in containment you literally waste time to not get the spread. So it's like it's actually free if you think about it. You don't even have to be off the wall. How bad is this, up heavy, clearing everything? It just keeps not working. Okay, I was kind of close to doing that part right full speed at least. Yeah, and that part's actually not as bad as it looks. Just gotta press buttons really fast. Yeah, that's pretty close, isn't it? That's pretty precise. What am I not doing? This round's kind of hard. What even were the other options for this beginning? I don't remember. Anything like less toxic? I mean, man just straight up can't do it, right? You can just hit the dust. This just seems way less toxic. That's jump heavy, dash heavy, light attack all the dust. Double up light. Yeah. Something like that. And that's almost fast enough already. I just did that. That was like nothing. That's way easier. They should really make a character with Dustman's fall speed and Dustware's heavy. Close. What did I even miss? Oh wait, that spreads if you don't heavy the wolf high enough, I think. Yeah, that's great. I gotta heavy the wolf slower. I don't want to do wolf juggling. Yeah. Dude, why does everything you do to this wolf suck so much? think he does the first flight really early. Sick. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's like almost fast enough. Like, I just want to shit it out. Yeah, I got baited into actually playing maps after testing my plugin. I almost don't know. I'm gonna need a raid target soon. Am I... I know what I'm losing time on, but I don't like it. It's that ceiling, right? I need that. I need anything like that. That is kind of pissing me off. And I streamed DC's new map. I opened it by mistake because like Larry asked me to open up his map. I'm not really that interested, to be honest. Isn't it just like, it's probably just like minutes of falling, isn't it? Like you fall into Clunk or something. Dude, fuck this best friend. Wolf is so ass. It's a few minutes there, I'm not interested. Just want to get this time and then turn off stream, to be honest. I'm going too slow. Why do I not get all the dust blocks there? Delete dust blocks. Alright. On the ceiling, GG. Why does he sometimes not bounce up L? Nice dead leg. Dude, it's so fucking slow. I don't want to find the time save. I know it's gonna be something stupid. Yeah, I think I'm tapped out. I bought Sheila at least, that's cool. I lost that much time at the beginning. Yeah, I'll just do this tomorrow. Okay, anyone to raid? A lot of messages and. Oh. Yeah, me too, until today. Alright, well, that's all I got for today. Out of gaming energy. Someone wants to take the raid, then feel free to speak up, but otherwise I'm just gonna head out for the night. I'll see how much work it is to make some of the things related to the plugin configurable. If it's easy, then I'll make it possible. If not, then it's probably fine in its current state. Yeah, thanks for the feedback for everyone who yapped with me, and hopefully the full version of it will be pretty cool.